Hi, this is Chris with the Wild Berry Patch, and we are mindfully meditating in Matthew, and today is chapter 14. Now, if you want the notes and some extras for this, please go to www.thewildberrypatch.com and you can see what other notes that I've written up. So today's we're talking about, now this starts out kind of sad. It's the death of John the Baptist, and it's got the whole story about how it was his birthday, Herod's birthday, and it worked out that he got tricked. So John the Baptist is dead. Well, then Jesus tries to go away and mourn, but there were a lot of people that followed him on foot. And he looked at him, and he saw the huge crowd, and he felt compassion for them, so he healed their sick. So he didn't really get a chance to mourn his cousin. Then the disciples there's all these people, and the disciples say, hey, you got to send them away because it's getting late, and we don't have anything to feed them. They need to go and get some food. And Jesus said, no, you do it. You feed them. And they said, we don't have anything but loaves and fishes. I like that. Loaves and fishes. That's the way I was always told in Bible school. Boy, they gave it to Jesus. What you have, give it to Jesus. And he made it more than enough. It became 12 baskets full. 12 baskets full. Now, after this, Jesus goes up to the mountain. He sends the guys off in a boat. He goes up and spends some time alone. But he's keeping an eye on the guys out there on the lake. And he sees that the waves are kind of rough, and he's keeping an eye on them. But he doesn't go out there until 2 in the morning. Is it 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock? 3 in the morning. He goes out. And of course, it's storming, and they're freaking out. And then here comes a ghost. They see Christ, and they go, it's a ghost. Oh no, so on top of a storm, they've got a ghost coming at them. And Christ says, fear not, it's me. It's okay. Now, Peter says, Lord, if it's you, call me out onto the water. And now, I don't know about you, but to me, that's not how I'd want to prove it. Hey, if it's you, call me to walk out on the water. If it's not you, I'll sink. But, whatever you are. No, Peter, I love Peter. And I actually have a link to a blog I did about Peter. But Peter says, call me, and Jesus says, come. So Peter steps out. He's walking on the water. Not a problem. But he takes his eyes off Jesus. And he looks at the storm. That's what we do. We take our eyes off Jesus. And we start looking at the storm. And what happened to Peter? He started to sink. And Jesus held out his hand and said, oh, why did you have so little faith? Why did you doubt? And pulled him up and saved him. When we end up looking at the storm and we start to fall, Jesus says, oh, you of little faith, why did you doubt? But it's a reprimand, but it's not in anger. And he, with his hand, he grabs us and pulls us up. So he's always there to make sure, even when we fall, he picks us up. Now, he and Peter walk back to the boat. So they're still walking. They're still out there on the storm, and he's walking back to the boat. The waves don't cease until they get back in the boat. So they're still walking on the storm. Even though Peter fell, he was holding on to Jesus' hand, and he walked back to the boat in the storm. And then he got in the boat with Jesus, and the storm ceased. Now, the last little piece I thought was very interesting. So they get to Gennesaret, and the people recognize him, and they ask, can we touch the tassel on your robe? they'd heard the story about the woman with the issue of blood who just wanted to touch the hem of his garment or something. Where to get the idea that all they had to do was touch the tassel of his robe, but they were healed. So this is what Jesus did in Matthew 14. The Lord bless you and keep you and make his face shine upon you and give you the peace that passes all understanding, and keep your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. And I will see you next time. Bye.